Good evening, everyone. Welcome you all for this today's session. Can you know my voice is audible? Good evening. So today's first topic which you are going to learn is about a researcher's CV. Okay, researcher's CV. So can I hope you all have a curriculum vitae. I don't know different source you could have make it, but recently I come across some of the curriculum vitae of some top some researchers, faculties, some PhD student of various universities. They prefer preparing their curriculum vitae CV through overleaf in a latex format. This is the latex file. Okay, this is the latex. Don't think I'm an expert in this latex and something else. Even I used ChatGPT and other LLM tools. I put my content over there and then I just paste it. Some changes, the geometric changes like line, 1 inch bottom, any changes that you can manually change it. Okay, any changes. Okay, do the changes and click recompile. So before like doing this CV, like around like 4 or 5 years, I have used a different format. I like to show that format also. But later when I come across, 1 second. So this is how the CV, which so many days I have used it. Here, the one major issue is obviously many of you could have your CV like this, right? Because when you are preparing for some top institute in abroad for faculty positions or postdoc positions or certain positions, this doesn't look good. Even this format I have taken from an assistant professor formats from I think some UK or some UK or Canadian university, an assistant professor template I have just taken and I just modified for my work. Okay, this is better. The thesis currently which you are viewing here is better, right? So what are the contents to have in your thesis? Initially with your name, because I referred multiple theses quite long time ago. Like basic important thing is better try to have your website. Nowadays, even using Canva, you can create a single web page using Canva. Okay. Uh, like other tools, like I think Hostinger, Google, sorry, GoDaddy, and all. It's a quite user-friendly tools. You can use your own website even. You can have a professional mail ID. All it is possible nowadays. Earlier days, this may not be possible, but now it is very easier. I have even developed 2 websites. I am not from a computer science discipline. My area of research is on civil, structural, earthquake engineering. But still, if you have a interest to learn, if you are a lifelong learner, it is very easy, very, very easy. Then share your like before the education information, your website details, phone number, email IDs, then your Google Scholar link, ArcID ID, Scopus author ID, then Web of Science ID. Okay, so these all IDs you need to use it. Then education is very important. Where did your diploma, bachelor's, master's, PhD, and all details? That then your experience matters. All even small uh, experiences. Try to add it. So assistant professor, summer faculty. If you are a very senior, most whatever designations you have it. So try to add all those things. junior research fellow, senior research fellow, all your experience. Then your research interest, then your skills, list of publications starting from patents, books, book chapters, journal articles, then so you can find somewhere that I of impact factor is mentioned, right? Once I applied for the postdoc in Japan. So a Japan professor said that you add the impact factor at the end, so it will be easy for us to check. They have a certain criterias. Okay. Then conference articles, then conference and symposium, whatever participated. Okay, participated. Then some of the professional development courses, like through online platform like Coursera or Coursera, Udemy, NPTEL. Then any short-term training, professional membership, grants, workshop training. Many of them it is not possible to add, but some of the important things try to add it at least. So innovator talks, so reviewers, then references. Okay. Now, can anyone tell me what are all the content is missing in this? What are the content is missed in this CV content, whatever I said? But sir, this is also very important. The project is different, research is different. You can convert the project to research also, the research work to project, it is very difficult. Okay. But the project work with a good novel content, if you go depth in that area, you have a good novelty, change to research work. So better do a research work. Project work, I know like so nowadays so many companies put that we have a project IEEE sort of projects were available for 3,000, 4,000. 4 members pay 1,000 and get the reports complete. I know many students they did similarly. Many researchers. So don't change the term project to research. Case study is also good. Case study, the real one, which you are, the outcome is also very important because some case studies already in newspapers or through various press and media, it will be available. Please don't do the same. Okay, please don't do the same. That's one mistake. Okay, here, what are the other things? Okay, case study is missing, then thesis title is missing, then what are the others? I think initially my thesis title is there. You can see in below my doctorate thesis studies on magnetological damper for seismic resistance of structures. What are the other contents are introduction of self. Okay. See, something very important that should not be missed. For example, not example, in this CV, consultancy is missing. How many of you identified? Yes, in each experience, the responsibilities. For example, teaching. So I handled placement, admissions, curriculum and syllabus. So what are all the responsibility in the department level and the institute level, whatever in that institute. That's also good. You can add it. Good. So consultancy is missing here, right? Recently, I went to an event in Kuppam in Andhra. There is a foundation called Agastya Foundations. So in that meeting, I met a professor from Bangalore, RV College. So he's an excellent consultant. Okay. So highway transportation engineer, a great consultant. So he do lot of consultancies. So I asked him how this consultancy went to you, and he said he worked with the professor in I think masters. Then the latest master after the masters he worked with that professor in I think they have a good consultancy project. There he started working. So whenever that professor going for a meeting, He gave the phones to this student. Okay, student is I know I met in that meeting. So the students will talk to various clients, various companies. That's how it went. Suddenly, due to some unexpected reasons, that professor passed away. So now they are looking for some transportation expert. So already they have communicated this to this professor long days. So they thought of adding this professor because who is working with this expert for so many years. So then he became an expert. So that how he's like I think in a city in I think in Bangalore for road related projects his approval is must. Such a way he is an expert. Okay, his skill is excellent. But if you see the research part, uh, it will be very less. It will be very less. Okay. So why I am saying this information is always remember some will be expert in certain things, some may not be expert. I recently talked to a professor from one of the top institute in Madurai. He said they are we are in around 50-52 at the age. So as of now, yearly we will publish one or maximum two articles. So now the institute were asking us to do a lot of research and do a lot of publications. So, but we have a lot of reports. But to convert that, do you know anybody? Then I said it is very simple. You check plagiarism, you can frame it and you can work it out. Which means those senior professors they are finding difficult because during their PhD they could have may published only one article and they would have completed. But now when you ask two, three, and the every year 20 impact factors, so for senior researchers this is another task. Okay, but don't worry about all these constraints and other stuff. What you are good at, please do it. Very simple. Everybody will not be, as I said, somebody will good at consultancy, somebody will good at patent. I know one professor, fully he filed patents, good number of patents. A single spark, one day his patent product were purchased by a company for a huge amount. Then he left the faculty position and he started his own patent related jobs. Then he started doing a lot of research, adding like patent. Then this patent he's selling. So that's how it's done. So everybody may not be expert in everything. By seeing this, don't think I'm like maybe he's an expert in nothing like that. Everybody listening to this, everybody will have certain skills. So try to have, but that skill part should be somehow incorporated in your thesis. Somebody go through your thesis, they must understand. Okay, he's good at this. That's what they have to explore it. Advisor is your supervisor. One second, I'm just expanding this. We see this overlay versions. It's not a very difficult task. This content you just copy and paste in ChatGPT and ask convert this content to a latex format for CV. If you add these informations, it will automatically convert it. Okay, so you need to just copy and paste to the left side. The code editor is there, right? You need to just click there. So just download it. Okay, so your CV is very important as a researcher. As a researcher, your CV is very, very important. Okay. So according to you, how can we write a CV? See, this CV helped me to get a job offer in a QS ranking institute in 130th rank institute quite long time. This CV, even IIT Madras is 184, but that institute is somewhere around 130. This CV, okay, not you. I have shared the earlier one. You can see some of the good CV in the internet. It will be in pure. You will not have much colorful and other stuffs because we are all professionals. Professionals CV should be, if it is in latex format, it will be better. If you can't do, you will have only updated with the earlier things. That is better. That is your wish. But this will give a, and I would say got a postdoc in on State University in US, Texas State University. Then in another postdoc in Chennai, even Satyabama once I get. Uh, then another one, yeah, Southeast University in Ajin. CV format. If you want, I will copy that the latex content and I will share because we will share the notes. I will share the notes at last. Sorry. We converting into latex. See, this latex, if I'm doing manually, even still I may have some errors. When I use this kind of AI based LLM tools, when I copy my content, I'm just giving a clear prompt that I need to have a perfect CV with this informations. See, actually, we have a books. If anybody interested for that books, you can let me know. Tomorrow I will share those details. The prompt for the CV, a prompt for graphical abstract, prompt for 1,000 prompts for literature reviews. We have a prompts with a minimal price associated with Manuscriptpedia. We are sharing those things. Tomorrow I will share those details. If you think those details required for you for your research purpose, you can use it. Okay. See, latex best thing is, and the spacing, it looks more professional. There are other tools other than latex. There are so other than overleaf, there are other tools even. But overleaf is little bit user friendly because during my postdoc time at IIT Delhi, we used to collaborate authors in this overleaf and we used to work. But I have not for my thesis. Many institute for thesis they use latex document also sometime. But I have not used latex. Yeah, I will share these details. Okay. How many of you used academia? Because these are all some of the important social academic networks. Academia as well as ResearchGate. It's both true. And registered users are nearly 300 million plus. Researchers upload their research article as 59, 55 millions. They have a huge source list. Okay. Some research topics related to your research area you can explore here too. See, actually, I have merged my both account. One is institute, like that is a secondary email ID. Another one is the primary email ID. Okay, while using the ResearchGate, because sometimes the institute they will delete our email IDs, so your article should not be left, like no, not article, the profile. Okay, so better always try to have your other email IDs also. Meanwhile, I just explore this. I will teach you this academia. ResearchGate and academia, moreover, a similar tool, both as a huge collection of research articles. You can search here any keywords like COVID, air pollution. It will show all these details, and when you just close it down, you will find huge number of research articles. Here, uh, you can select articles and you can download it. If you need only articles, click journal article. Still many articles were not upgraded. Okay. So earlier days, during even upgraded certain views, you will find a good number of articles. But here they wanted you to pay and subscribe for this tool, so you can check it out whether you record or not. First thing. Okay. One second. So ResearchGate is another social academic network. So how many of you have your profile in ResearchGate here? How many of you are having a good profile in ResearchGate? And when you click your profile, you will find all some of the interesting findings here. When you click the statistics, stats, so how many citations, how many read in the last 21 weeks, all your recommendations, citations, all good information will be available here. And some of the unique option over here is just put some keyword like first option is research. Related to research article, you will find a lot of details. Based on this, if there is any journal name, so no journal name. So based on this, there is no people, obviously no. Then any questions. Why questions are very important is related to your topic, there will be a lot of queries will be asked by various researchers. Mostly these researchers will answer it. Okay, mostly the researchers will answer it, but it is responsible to check, right? That's very important part over here. And all the queries, and it will be very easy for you to collaborate also with these professors easily. So this question is a unique option. You will find a lot of questions, but so many people will be answering it. See a lot of recommendations. A lot of people will be answering it. Can you know what is the reason people are responding to these questions, which is shared in a public forum related to the research topics? Why the people are answering? Why people are answering? Why people are answering? You can just explore here. See one answer, some questions, answers were asked. If somebody is asking any query, why these researchers were responding, right? Okay, I think you created in okay, research kit for creating an account. Others, How many of you are using ResearchGate Academia? Anyone, you must use it. Okay, for creating, sharing ideas. This one platform, by answering the questions, you will be easily able to collaborate. Mostly the researchers, those who are in the first year, they will not ask any, mostly the researchers are young students. They have some technical queries, they will be asking it. If there is any senior researchers who are expert in that field, if you are able to answer it, then you can. So when you click add new, there are a lot of options. Like here, confirm your authorship, some informations. Like if you already added your article, yeah, this is a book chapter. I am the author. Then this is also I am an author. But this I am not the author. For nearly 20,000 researchers in your research area exporting, like exploring your research work, right? And here you will get a lot of notifications, messages. If somebody is requesting full text, we have to submit actually. I think December 5. This is related to yeah. Click respond to Ashita and click I have full text I can share. Public is also fine. Mm, just upload. Similarly, frequently you have to explore this research gate. Find whoever is requesting your research article to enhance their research work. Try to share it so that Obviously, that research work is helpful to these researchers. They are going to cite their research articles. Okay, so that's a very important thing. This is an option. Many researchers will not take much serious about these options, but try to use it effectively. So try to follow these experts so that uh, even some professors, even they're sharing their uh, research events, research symposium, small events, even in these forums. Both are called as social academic network. I will not suggest to use this both, but try to use at least any one. Try to use at least any one. Oh, one more interesting topic I like to cover in this session is startup for researchers. Startup for researchers. How many of you are already an entrepreneur? How many of you already an entrepreneur? There's a difference between entrepreneurship and business. Today you keep a idli business which is already existing, so that is a business. You keep a create a brand and keep an idli based business. That idli has nearly 50 or 100 varieties of idlis, right? Starting from spinach idli and different podi idli, lot of different types of idlis. That's a different entrepreneurship part. Some uniqueness. But similarly, how many of you are already an entrepreneur? Because one major problem in academicians or researcher is they do because recently I met one student that parents they said to me, sir, he stayed in Germany, did lot of research, his code is asked by a lot of top professors, but one problem is finally he will not eat on time, he will not sleep on time, finally his hair is lost, this is the issue, that is the issue, right? As a researchers we have to take care of us also. uh, Publications, everything is fine, but your health is very important for your entire family, your community, for your institute, and everyone. Okay. One more important thing here is we will see who are all the entrepreneurs first. It's okay. Because in the previous meeting, I found some 3, 4 excellent entrepreneurs from certain regions in India. Nobody is an entrepreneur here. Recently, I heard the sayings that in society we normally tell to students that you study more, you get more salary. You study more, you get more salary. Do you think a person having diploma, bachelor's, master's, PhD studied more little bit? Do you think he's the one getting more salary in the society? And in that content, they used to say that people have lied. The have you ever thought the faculty is still traveling in a scooter, but they have studied multiple degrees? Can you like thought? And I personally seen many professors, their salary is very limited, and in some institute they will not pay the salary on time. Some institute lot of pendings, salary pendings. Some faculties are finding very difficult. My personal suggestion to young researchers that if you are initially a researcher recent days, my personal suggestion is, if you see my classmates, one guy is constructing 12, 13 building, another guy another types of good number of buildings. So some they work in some company. Everybody is almost settled. They are in a different position in good companies. Similarly, academicians should also have an industry experience. Better you work in an industry or you create a own industry and you have it that plus your institute. Now the next important question will be how come it is possible? So I think some moonlighting, some issue is there, no? Like TCS, they have thrown out a lot of people, right? One major issue, like things I would like to say is maybe your spouse, your family members, somehow we can connect and start your company. First thing, that's very important. Before starting a company, two, three more important thing is there. First, for most important thing is you should have a viable the product fit product, right? That product matters. Product matters. So without you have a good novel ideas, products, if it is, for example, if there is a car service company, common. Car cleaning company is common. What uniqueness you have? What type of cleaning? Recently, I saw a post that 1 minute cleaning. 1 minute, a lot of cars are going. Whether they're cleaning 1 minute or not, that's a different thing. That's a different thing. Faculty also should be an entrepreneur. Researcher should be also an entrepreneur. I am personally guiding some students and some of my friends, a participant from this same similar program. He did his PhD from NIT Agartala and he have a company, I think Scholars Gate. Okay, he's also attended our earlier previous sessions. So why I'm sharing all this information is you 3 years, 5 years, 6 years, such a long time. Many researchers are doing PhD program. But if you see a bachelor student doing 2 months, 3 months, is doing a lot of research. And some, if you see some of the top companies, uh, these young people, they started building this mobile application or certain things, and now it's grown well. Okay. But a PhD researcher or student, they do research for so many years. But again, only option most of them they choose for academics, right? So it's very clear that through research, try to create a good product or a service. That's very important. Okay, that's very important. Otherwise, how these sayings are said, that's how it is. 1 second, please. Please wait. If PhD is important to get promotion in industry, see, depends on the industry. Mostly no. See, in this profession only, in academics or teaching, we see our students are growing and we'll happy. Uh, Me and my supervisor together in the same meeting. I'm sharing the morning session, my supervisor sharing the afternoon session. So in afternoon morning session, when my supervisor is there, I'm also presenting. So that's a good moment. Okay. Not only the money, salary, and other stuffs, but if today I'm leaving also, tomorrow I have a job. Such a way, all the researchers must be well prepared. Hope you understand. So you need to start a company. So how to start a company? To start a company, as I said earlier, you need to have some ideas. You need to have some ideas. What kind of ideas you should have? Related to your PhD research work, some product or some services, whatever you have developed, has to be sold to whom it required. If your project is just it's like it may not be helpful to a lot of people, researchers and all, then it is very difficult. But always remember, whenever do you do any research work, it must be helpful to various other people. So you have a product, for example. That product, if inside Tamil Nadu you are selling, GST is not mandatory. It's not much required. You go for e-commerce or Meesho or so many other things based on your product which you are selling, then it's needed, right? GST, if it isn't from, you are getting money from other states, GST is required, one thing. And one more interesting here is, try to, it's a free source. You can go to udyogadar.com and you try to register it and create a free account to MSME registrations. Why I'm sharing all this information is initially MSME, then go for GST. If you are getting money from other states, try to go for GST. So I'll tell my own story. It's not a story, it's a real one only. So in my master's, at the PhD end time, I find many part-time scholars, they're not knowing anything about research and finding very, very difficult. So I thought of uh, creating a course content to help these part-time researchers. Started creating from research methodology till last I'm just creating. Then at one point of time, see clearly listen, I'm not sharing my screen. Uh, I found there's a huge gap in the year 2021. Now I think 4 5 good competitors are there. But those days, some people call them as a researchpreneurs and all. Okay, why I'm sharing those information is I find a lot of scholars were not knowing all those details. So after submitting my thesis, I started preparing all these contents one by one by one. So even today I have updated some information in one of these slides. So it's a lifelong process. I personally train nearly 10,000 plus researchers. No matter where are you from, what institute you studied, nothing is required to share your knowledge to others. Okay. And one more important thing here is, as two business, one is service and uh, GST one. No, sorry, service and product based. Sorry. Okay. Try to learn little bit about the digital marketing. Digital marketing. Because in recent days, most of the business they are more active in digital marketing only. Okay. Then obviously it will grow. Your product will manufacture, it will sell, and the capital required for the company is very, very important. So then next part will be mostly smooth only. Faculty also should have a business. And if you see my wife, she is a faculty as well as earlier worked as a faculty, and even in her master's work, she published the Q1 journal in elsewhere publications. She did his master's in SSN Institute in Chennai. Then later, I just teached all those content and other details to the my wife, and I removed from all the other tasks. So I asked my wife to take care of all these details, managing and everything. Now it's going well. So today I'm leaving also. Tomorrow I have a job. If everybody is such a confident you have, so whatever may be the problem in your institute, because I have seen many professors, sir, this is how it is, this much EMI, this much this much this, so better this is the best, so they will stay there, right? See, when the faculty is more comfortable, relaxed, good, then only they can do a good research work. Okay, that's very important. Okay. So now I think time is 6:55. We will have a 5 minutes break continuously till 8:30. We'll have so it will be difficult. 5 minutes break at 7. We will start with another important topic. Okay. So related to startup for researchers, a small glimpse I have just shared. When you want to start, you prepare because the domain name, the brand, the name same, domain link, website link should be there, website name should be there, right? So think about all those things. You have any queries, please connect with me. I will help you. But you should have a good product. Because if you are, I've seen many researchers, initial days of your research, you must be very clear and like make your path that you must bring out some good service or some SaaS based products or something you have to bring it out from your research. Because 3 month students, 6 month students doing a project from top BIMS Pilani and other institute, and it's become a unicorn, top uh, companies, right? See, tomorrow we'll be learning about this intellectual property rights. Funded project is short, not a detailed one. A short talk is there related to those things. We will have a break for 5 minutes and please join. At 7:01, I will continue. Okay, please wait. Intellectual property rights. It's one important topic. Uh, one second. What is mean by property? Everybody will have a two-wheeler or four-wheeler, right? When you purchase, you get a some kind of certificate. It shows that it belongs to you, right? When you purchase a land, it's not a movable property, it's a immovable property. So that uh, when you go to the registrar office and you just register the land, you get a patta, and the document shows that if your name is there, it belongs to you, right? So properties will have movable as well as immovable, and wherever you are sitting, you just have a look around. You will have something around chair, tables, bags. Some basic information will be there, right? Some products. Everything is visible, the property, but there are property which is not visible. There are property which is not visible. In my class, frequently I used to interact with my students and I ask certain complicated questions. I ask the students to respond what is the solutions for this. So they will share, they will think and they will share different perspective. The way of their intellectual response, the thinking is not the same for all the students. If 60 students is there, you just give a topic, you ask them to write. The way they think and they are writing, right, the response will not be same. It will be different. The way they think, the intellectual, right? So that has to be safely uh, given rights to the person who had that intellectual ideas or intellectual thinking. So the property normally tangible and intangible. The tangible is normally movable, immovable, land and all those stuffs. The right side, intangible, is what we are talking about. Intellectual property is talking about the copyright related, then patents, one second, designs and trademarks. Intellectual property means that created by your mind. We normally call these all names as chairs, right? But three chair designs are different. The design thinking of the three manufacturers' idea is different, not the same. But when they create a new design, they designed it, fabricated it, check the comfort of these chairs and other details. They draw it, sketch it, and they file a patent and they wrote a clear claim stating that this design, this dimension, this material, this details, which is belongs to us. It because from their idea it's generated and it's become a product. Many products from Nike, then Puma, the shoes, lot of products mostly through patents. SCRC, Structural Engineering Research Center, is a CSIR research centers in Chennai. We had an open house visit recent days. Many products they are kept here in their institute, and the bottom they mention on informations. This is sold to some company and organizations. Then another product sold to another company and organizations, right? Even after my postdoc time, once my IIT Delhi mentor came to Chennai, and in his lab, he's a junior. During my tenure, he's not there, and he developed a interesting device, which is wind turbine to keep in the top of the apartments. Some kind of ideas. So it's a unique idea. He want to start a business related to that. I think he got some fundings. So that my mentor want to take care of in Tamil Nadu those business and something like that. So we had a discussions, and in that during the discussion, I asked one question to the professor that how I convince the apartment in charge or the association in charge in the apartments to have this device in their apartments. Through this, how much energy could be saved? So how I will share all those details. And he said, this is the patent grant information. This patent is granted by IIT Delhi. So hopefully they will. So that quality, the quality of the work, right? So based on the institute, they think the ideas generated by these experts are highly valued. So that price, obviously the product price will be more. So intellectual thinking is created by your mind. Okay. The need of IPR to encourage innovations, this will create the economic growth. And some professors in India, they file patent in UK, they file patent in other institute, other countries, Australia and other countries, and they have a lot of patents in their profile. Okay. Really, when you need to file a patent, if you are planning to file it after 2 3 years, you are planning to sell it to some industry or through other source, then preferably you have to file a patent. That's the most thing many persons used to go for. Okay. Because this will create the economic growth. If you are applying for other countries, and it is like you are going to do business in that country in future, and you are going to sell those products, whatever you are filing as a patents. Then the rights of creators is getting safeguarded. Innovations and creativity ensures ease of doing business. Whatever you are seeing in your screen, Windows 11, a lot of OS and whatever it may be, do you think this suddenly came? No, they already created long back. But after certain years, they are just releasing because they have a huge R&D team. Many companies like Google, L&T, lot of good companies, they have a good R&D team. They are working behind, and they will file it. Okay, then uh, the transfer of technology also, like through various other purpose like foreign investments, joint venture and other things also. Because some researchers, they want to collab with another country and they could have worked, right? If you see many professors from IITs, they will have a startup kind of company. uh, so that's an interesting thing. But before you have a product which is getting out, like shown to public, better uh, safeguard it properly, better you have a grant with you. These are the validity for IPR. I like request everybody to go through these slides, starting from patents, trademark, design, copyright, and uh, geographical indications. Geographical indications you could have remember Kanchipuram silk, right? In Tamil we call as Kovilpatti Murukku, I think. Then so many places. Obviously, wherever you are belongs to, you will have some kind of geographical indications. I think some rice. Rice, India and Pakistan had a lot of fight. Hope you remember. And some type of rice. You can see the years, 20 years, lifelong, 15 years. The trademark, if you see the logo which you create is very important. The designs for 15 years, copyright for 60, right? First, we will learn about this trademark. What is trademark? By seeing this logo, what comes to your mind? By seeing the symbol and logo, immediately it comes to your mind that it belongs to Apple. Similarly, other logos. Usually, you will find it's Google, then Jaguar, Reliance, Ford, right? What comes to your mind by seeing this logo or name? Because some places logo is a different name, right? Branding associated with the names for Adani, starting from Adani Enterprise, Adani Ports, Adani Power, right? All the Adani's products. When you prepare your trademarks, The Hyundai is also with for the start with H. Then Honda is also start with H. But both things are different, not the same. And here you can see the trademark name and logo. Nike, the name, then logo. McDonald's and logo. When you're getting ready for going through this trademark process, Kovai Palamudar Nilayam. Kovai Palamudar Nilayam. So it's a Coimbatore based fruit shops projected. Orange Travels. Any relation between Orange and Travels? No. Any relations between Sri Krishna Feeds? Any relationship between Mango and Technologies? So such names, it's not a problem. Now, Chennai Silks trademark is getting rejected. Right. Then Aquaguard. Aquaguard, aqua means water, guard is curing. So that cannot be gone to trademarks. What is the meaning of Aquafina? Anyone say what is the meaning of Aquafina? What is the meaning of Aquafina? Fast, fast. So I think many were exploring some LLM AI based tools and checking what is the meaning of Aquafina, right? See, pure water. Actually, there is no name meaning for Aquafina. So that is the reason this is registered trademark. Mango technology is not related. It's a single word. It's a single word. And date of manufacturing and MRP, which is not in, if it is mentioned in the bottle, you can see here, Bisleri, Bilseri, all these many different types of bottle in Delhi I chance to explore. Mostly 7 reasons to get trademark because your logo is very important, the brand. By seeing the logo, people identify, okay, this is from this company, right? This validity for 10 years, then you can renew it. I think some hardly 4,500 or less amount only. There are tutorials in online, you can just follow, but you should have one good logo and all the company details. That's very important. You can protect your brand. You can protect your brand. And there are certain class for trademarks where it belongs to class 1, class 10, class 19, whatever it may be. What product you are planning to, you are doing as a business, and based on the business, that class details you have to enter it. Okay. In trademarks, what does infringement of trademarks mean? As per the Trademark Act 1999, Section 2029, when unauthorized person use a trademark that the that the identical or deceptively similar to a registered trademark, it is known as infringement. The trademark thing will search in all languages. A leather business named as Toll. Toll means a leather or a skin of the. So that's how the Toll made. So that is not accepted trademarks. The trademark register only for our country. You cannot, if you go to another country, you do those registration process. McDonald's registered nearly 120 countries approx. And if you see here in the right side, the McDonald's. So original is McDonald's. The copy one is McDowell's, right? Try to avoid similarities whenever you're planning for a logos. Paytm, PayPal, Skype, Arial, then Windows 10, Instagram, Billabong. So try not to have a same. So the trademarks. So after the trademarks, patents. Patent is a grant, a certificate provided to the inventor for their inventions. And bulb may be invented by Thomas Alva Edison, but till today, how many designs of bulbs are coming to the market? Great numbers, right? So they go for a design patent, slim, big, and whatever it may be. Innovation becomes out of date because of updating and advancement of the inventions. You have to remember those things. In India, software can be copyrighted, then not to be patented, and in US, software comes under patent. Software comes under patent. And industrial usage, any applicable to the society, can be patented. Day by day, when new invention comes, old inventions will go away. The maximum patent life is 20 years only. It's an exclusive right given by the government of India or any other country, uh, mainly for your applications, your inventions should be given rights and to make like safeguard to have it belongs to you. What can be patented? Anything under the sun that is made by man, and anything which is new, which is useful. That useful part is very important. Nowadays, many companies they are selling patents, right? They could have sent message to you also. First author 3,000, first author some amount, right? Not author, inventor. I think 11 members or 12 members they will add. Easily you can find that those members. I have seen recently one post. Some a person shared on LinkedIn. So their patent is published or something. Uh, no, not that. I think while submitting some source says like that information shows that many all the inventors are from different country. So not country, different states. Many. Okay. Is there anybody here you collaborate with different states? Multiple, at least 5 states. You work 6 states, 10 states. So be careful by just paying and adding a lot of things to your profile. Then mathematical algorithms, laws of nature, and all these things cannot be. How many of you use this paper clip? Many of you could have used this, right? Every year they don't charge renewable like renew things. I think after 15 years for design patents. For patents after 20 years it's become public. Even I think for after 15 years it becomes public patents. In the sense you can use it. See, in the year 2015, if I am using, I am filing it and I am just doing it, right? 15 or you think about 2010, for example. For example, design patent, I think 15 years. Now, when we are in 2025, when the date comes, then from the next day, it is public. Anybody can use it. You can also download it. You can also explore the content. And you can also, based on the design, You can also just take the product designs and you can fabricate it and you can sell it and generate revenue because it's a public. It becomes public content. It's a very old patent. They are 1919. Before going for patent, this pre art searching technique is very, very important. These websites, IP India, internet searches like Google patents, these searches are very, very important that your topic related content, same thing is already available or not. So some of the international patent websites like Australia, UK, so many websites, Malaysian, so many countries they have separate websites. This is the website for India, ipindiasearch.gov.in. It's a public search sites. And these types are very important. The utility, then the designs, plan to. Okay, so the utility is quite common, but design is totally different and plan. Anatomy of a patent, simple how it looks. Abstract, written descriptions, drawings, claims, and these informations. Claims are very, very important because it should be legally framed properly. There are legal consultants to take care of these patents and other things. Right. Drawing, all this information should be clearly mentioned. So these are some of the claims, right? Samples. And it can be any numbers, but it should be related to that share alone. And who can be an inventor on a patent? Anyone who contributes to the conceptions of any inventions, alone or combinations. So related to our JRF, SRF doing this project time, we have filed two patents. One interesting thing is, we just went to this Guindy office and we just manually we given and we got the reception we came. But later stages, many researchers, they are not going directly. They always prefer the online thing. The simple journey for a patent, how it looks is, first you need to have an idea. Idea is very, very important. Idea is very important. Check your idea is worth it or not. Your idea is worth it or not. And your idea should be a lot of uniqueness. Unique things should be there. Whether it is eligible for protections, starting from process, machine, composition of matters, manufacturing, all. Next is maintain confidentiality. The patent details, try not to share it with multiple researchers. And sometimes the patent content, if you are uh, like getting from a consultancy and other studies, immediately try to file it. Okay, because your results may be used by them in future also. Okay, that they have done the test that is belongs to them, something like that. Be careful in those things. Then draft applications, then file application. Draft application, it's like uh, a short write up about the patent applications. And clearly, we should mention those informations so that the public can be benefited. So this is the simple claims, right? So the sample claims. Most important thing here is clearly the product should be entered in detailed manner. And then the patent journey is very important. Uh, Applications maybe in US or IPR India or whatever may be the source, right? This is one of the simple uh, journey. Now, after the patent is getting published, one most important thing is the role of this examiner after your thesis is getting published. Okay, the examiner, some examiners they'll explore, try to read all the applications. Okay, evaluate the specifications, claims, response. Like these are all will be done. And this is a sample patents before examination. It got published. This is how the sample looks. So this is how the final grant image looks. Those who are doing their business in Australia in future, they might have these kind of patents. Rejection is a part and parcel of every researchers. Sometimes your patent application can be rejected also. So the steps involved in this process, go to this website, ipindia.gov. Try to find close related uh, like even you can like in offline or online, whichever is comfortable mode. And the forms are very, very important while filing it. And now simple elevation like thing which is seen in Amazon, you can see here. These all three were solving some problem. Solving some problem. Now we are moving to design patent. So you can see the tires, designs, US, Crocs, lot of details were there. So as somebody is asked, like only 15 years from the date of grant. So other criterias, string, patents, inventors, dates. These are some of the checklist uh, for researchers. So to register a patent, you can do the offline process or you can go for the online process. So no matter whatever other certificates you have, just go there. And correct name, address of the applicant should be clearly mentioned. And recently I had a small table with all these payment stuffs. Okay. And the novelty is very, very, very important. The novelty is very important. Designs. Designs is a very interesting topic in designs. You'll have a lot of forms, Form 8, Form 12. Just download it, PDF to Word file, you just convert it, just type your details, then in patent also there is a classes, list of class, right? think somewhere around 99 or something. What is copyright? Because of copyright, there are a lot of serious issues were going on multiple places. Literacy, because the same story of a movie that can be created in different forms. Copyright in India, it started in 1957 and earlier also 1940. Then as around 57, 1957, the Indian English uh, provisions were adopted. So new ideas and concepts were introduced. And as per 1951 thing, the valid from 1958. So the Copyright Office board and all those details were known clearly. Some of the copyright terms, the nature of works, other informations related to copyright has to be published. And after 60 years or till 60 years, this the royalty you will get from the publishers. And obviously the broadcast reproduction things after 25 years. And this copyright has obviously not much registration and other difficult process. It's also an intellectual property. What copyrights normally protects? Because other than this, if you see a lot of informations, the literacy, dramatic, musical, artistical, right? Then cinematograph, films, sound engineers, and these informations like literacy works like studying from novel, poems, short stories, books, uh, then computer software. Software is also very important. Includes uh, not every country they go for this computer software to be uh, uh, clearly, but that can have a manual, punch cards, manual takes, and a lot of other things. Copyright, the way of expression in different form. You form an idea, you express to the ideas into different forms. Right? That's a very important thing. So you can see some of the examples in the bottom. A single person, then it goes to next, right? So the copyright part, the same similar content. The documents are very important. Two books, the forms. In the details, it will mention that the courier part. The lab manuals better not to copyright. Many institutes they are doing those things. And most important thing here is the no object certificate from the authors and the NOC from others, all those details. And Ilayaraja hits quote battle explain his own rights The right is very important. It's highly powerful. And other, so this IPRS helps the music composer to assert their rights and get royalty, right? So that royalty, because 60 years, if you are an artist or uh, yeah, 60 years, see the annual revenue of nearly 310 crores. Annual revenue is 310 crores. And this is how the sample copyright looks. Sample copyright looks. So till this, whatever we covered, you have any queries, please shoot your query in the chat. Share your query in the chat box. We are moving to the next topic. Please hold. Good innovation comes under the utility patent, but some product you make that goes to the design. See, recently, a professor from IIT Madras, they develop a tool, and based on the tool, they develop a lab content, the procedures, the equations, a lot of information they have developed, and they clearly mention it's a copyrighted content. Without the permissions, you are not supposed to use it. They clearly mentioned it. If you are also doing related to those research work, without their permissions, how many of you will use it? Obviously, we will not use it because they clearly send a clear note, right? So that's very important. If it is clearly mentioned that it's a copyrighted content, then uh, if it is a copyrighted content, if not, it's not a problem. You can use it. Even if it is not copyrighted or other, you if you now uh, uh, recent days, I saw one information in Amazon Kindle. Even if you're good at writing a story, you write a story on your own. You don't worry about the publishers, the ISBN number and other things. Don't worry. You can publish it through the source, and you will have those book addresses. Okay. Copyright. Some journals they will ask copyright, right? Copyright forms will be there, or in the online submissions they will ask the copyright. Some book publishers they will say you as a you write a book on our name, and the royalty will be 40% to 60%. These are all will be there. And the software rights, In India, it is mentioned as a theory, but I am not an expert. I have not met any researchers. Their software is getting done here. And one issue happened. I have submitted a patent application for one scholar, and after uh, the stage is after the examination request is getting submitted, he received a call stating that related to a product, these are all flaws are there. We are from patent agents or some kind of thing. Okay. And later he is a great business person and he tried some source and finally it got done it. So I'm sharing is sometimes some issues are there in a very rare cases, very rare cases. But I have seen one of my research like research known person. He I think in 2.5 years itself once the patent got granted. That depends. That depends. Filing, there are online options. Better go for this online filing will be better. Lab manuals don't because institute they'll ask you to copyright and share. For example, I have a lab manual, the same example like experiments, same uh, procedures, the same equations, same tabulations, right? So not that's not a suggestible one. The lab. Career after graduations, higher studies are better in the same stream, MBA, MTech, or you can apply for GATE. Lot of options are there, right? IELTS, you can go for abroads, to write multiple exams. Try to go and study in a good NRF institute because sometimes some agencies they ask these informations whether for a QS ranking or NRF ranking, right? Then scholarships, letter of recommendations. If you're going for higher studies, you need all these details. Then second, okay, this is after graduation. Okay, one second, I just missed. Yeah, this is another content. Actually, there's a content for careers in research. This is after graduations. Like my bachelor's or master's. After that, what are all options you have? As a researchers, you have lot of opportunities, lot of opportunities. But how you use it? Your network is very important. As a researcher's network, I go for paper evaluations, question paper settings, some examinations, multiple review meetings, online, offline, guest lectures, go to multiple, recently Kumaraguru, many institute, Karunya, many institutes. Network is net worth. Managing your professional networks like LinkedIn is very important. I have nearly 17,000 people connected in LinkedIn. 17, 17,000. Network is very important for every researcher, no matter you have many disciplines. As a researcher, the first thing is the teaching community. You need researchers, you go for a faculty positions. I always don't prefer only teaching. You, after your PhD and research, there are better opportunities. Sometimes you will get in R&D and other areas. Then like research coordinators, research director, these are all in academic institutes like Dean Research, Pro VC Research and Consultancy and other positions. In most of the institutes you will have those things. Then R&D. For example, L&T is one of the reputed company. So they have an R&D, Microsoft, Samsung, many companies. This is Microsoft, they have an R&D unit. Then research scientist. If you are good at research, you'll get position as a research scientist in multiple institute. Okay, LinkedIn. See, most of them were like uh, nearly 4 5 years. I used to get uh, most of the participants, somehow they are connected in LinkedIn. Not only I'm giving talk related to research only in MSME. To multiple organizations, I used to handle research related topics. So one session I will, not a full session, I'll just show my LinkedIn profile and all, manage a good profile, have all your details, experience, and all those details. Obviously, whoever is active in LinkedIn, they will immediately connect with me in LinkedIn. It's not to know everybody to remember. If you see in my phone, I have 4,000 phone numbers. My Facebook is already that full. All other social networks. Network is very important. If today I'm just recently conducted an event, just a single event, yes, yeah, I think 1.5 hours, 3 hours event. I think some 70 75% were participated. I think everybody paid 236 or something. I'm just sharing my knowledge. This is a 3 events here, somewhere around more than 15K. Just 3 hours. Can anybody to get more than 15K? Even I can get your expertise and we can organize some event. If everybody here, you are listening, you are good at on a certain topic because everybody is expert in a different thing. But I think it's an important topic that's required to every researchers, right? So connections are very important. When you share certain information, it can reach more number of people. People think that I will more active because sometimes I will be active, sometimes I may not. Because when you're packed with multiple tasks, it will be difficult. So as I'm having such networks, just an advertisement is enough. People who want to learn those topics, they will join. We don't have a network. Okay, we'll come to the topic. If you want to be a postdoctoral fellow, it's a good research position. We've seen in detail in our earlier sessions. Other research positions like a research assistant, research associate, junior research fellow, senior research fellow, project assistant. Uh, I know many researchers, good researchers, after masters, they go to IIT Madras and other top institute as a project assistant. They work for 1 2 years and they show their outcome in their research work. Then they joined as a PhD in that lab, and then they are doing great research work. Opportunities, small opportunities. Then this is a CSIR. Okay, it's a central institute where they have a lot of research positions. Then these kind of faculty place and other websites, recent days, they have added a unique uh, job as research jobs because they're getting a lot of jobs through those things. And faculty take another source because as the government is providing a lot of fund, so they need somebody to like solve these objectives. They require JRF, SRF, research assistant, research associate, all these postdoc and other positions. As a researcher, you will be getting a chance to serve in various government projects like the committee for certain projects. Once when I know a professor, I think in Tamil Nadu in one place the bus stop or their bus stand is collapsed. So he's a geotechnical engineering, so he's given a task to investigate the soil conditions. Entrepreneurship. As a researcher, you have this option also. You can be an entrepreneur. You have a research product, your service, you start up. Obviously, initially maybe uh, uh, it may be difficult, but it is worth to take risk in the very early stages. As I said in the earlier time, every researcher, whoever is listening to this talk, today if you leave from one company or institute, next day you should have a job. That's how you need to well plan your profile, your work, and everything. So you don't need to worry about anything. You just go wherever you are working, you just enjoy teaching, sharing your knowledge, learn more to teach more. Right? That's a process of an academician or a researcher. Right? So be a known consultant on your area of research. I think Professor MS Swaminathan, he is having a lab in Chennai. So some experts, senior researchers are there. They have their own labs. So the research training, like the softwares you learned during your research, some of the tools you learned in your research work. Some of the guest events will be speakers for a conference, national seminar, webinars, right? Then for thesis evaluation, I think if you're international reviewers, they provide somewhere around $250. And I think India, I don't know the exact amount. So this kind of task, you can do it. Then you can be a doctoral committee member, co-guide for various research students, uh, various committee members. Then you can be a peer committee member for NAC, NBA, ISO audit, and other things. You can do a research consultancy and other tasks based on your research knowledge. And in academics, if you see like question paper settings, answer sheet evaluations, and some institute they provide the salary will be very less, but incentives they provide like huge numbers. I know some institutes. So so these are all, and there are still more. As a researchers, you get a lot of options. And recently, I'm writing a book related to academicians with introvert. They don't communicate much because in research you learn a lot of things, and you have to dissipate the knowledge which you gain or dissipate your findings. So that things are going on. Tomorrow I will share it. So you can just have a look. Sir, can you mention about this online internship in our LinkedIn and see? Yes, you can share it. Nothing wrong in that. Daily or certain time I will get lot of request in LinkedIn. Sometimes I'll check people because uh, the profile. Some profile looks like a fake profile, so I'll just think about it before accepting it. And I have a good collaborators in LinkedIn. Frequently, they used to connect. Multiple incidents I can share. Suddenly, a citation got increased in my profile. I find a scholar from University of Queensland. He cited my article. I said, just send a connected request in LinkedIn. I have sent a connection request. So he just accepted. Then I said, thanks for citing my research article. So today I have received 3 citations in my profile. Thank you. Then we had a discussion. What is the area of research you are working? And we had a discussion. Then some years before also we discussed. Then recently we have not. But these connections may not helpful to me. Sometimes my student want to do research on these areas, and they also publish some few articles. And when these Queensland research scholar become a faculty in maybe Melbourne University or any institute in Australia, it is easy for send my students or suggest my student to that Queensland person. If those options are not available, similarly number of events. Once I found the person editor, he helped me a lot. Then I connected with him and I just sent a thank you note. So many related to research. Once I went to like institute and I have shared those details, and that institute itself, the students, I think some 20, 30 students, they send a request and connected. Some were connected. Frequently they say about the startups because I cannot be active in all the shows. I'll be a little bit active in LinkedIn comparatively than other social networks. So similarly, you just have a quick framework related to your profile, your research, and other things. So one more important content I like to normally convey to most of my other participants in the earlier sessions. Comparatively than I'm not sharing anything. Comparatively than students from IITs and other top institute, if you see other institute researchers, the capacity of saving money will be not much differ. If you see, I have also worked as a JRF, SRF, we get stipends, we just spend it for. But the same during my postdoc time in IITs, uh, the students, when they get a stipend, they use it for their accommodations and other things. Then they do a good savings. That help them when they plan to go for a postdoc in Qatar or Korea or other TU Delft top institutes. These amount help them a lot. Help them a lot. And some years, they have some students I know they have waited to get to join in IITs. So those years they need some financial support. The savings, okay, that as a young researcher, whatever may be the source, maybe in mutual funds, share markets, or I'm not an expert in all those things, uh, or in your bank, like you get some money and you go for a fixed deposit, some source, whichever is comfortable, but try to have some savings as a researcher. Initial days, when you get started getting stipend or certain money, right? And every researcher try to have a health insurance. I have seen some senior professors at the olden days, uh, like without having this health insurance, most of their earnings were gone. So try to have a health insurance when you start earning, when you become a research assistant, associate, or JRF, SRF, or assistant professor. Somehow, like during you get a in PhD, you get a stipend of 30, 35, 45, some good amount. Try to plan all those things as a researcher. Your life is also very important. And as a researcher, I will. There is a tool called Wondershare Filmora. uh, a Wondershare Filmora. It's good for video editing. When you for your research work and for presentation purpose, you take some videos in your lab, your experiments or your testing and any study. Try to take a good videograph using whoever has a good mobile phone or other cameras. Then you can edit in this tool. It's a very user-friendly tool. Try to you can use it effectively. Because when you go for a conference or some presentations, uh, rather than conveying the entire content as a presentation, you have some videos, some animation, some schemes, some mind mapping contents or some flow charts. These will help you to convey your content better to the participants. Can you suggest us for publishing in an unpaid journals present in both Scopus about Science? Is it a good practice? Actually, publishing in an unpaid journal is a good practice. Many institute researchers think we can't publish in a like unpaid, unpaid journals. Thinking unpaid journals is a highly quality journal, so it is not possible. See, they are also human being like us. Same knowledge, same book, whatever you are learning, they are also learning the same thing. Only the thing difference is the facilities. But there are options for facilities in India even. Lot of facilities are available. Simply just collaborate. You don't have any facility institute, don't worry. Which faculty has an institute, you just collaborate with him. Try to do those work. Try to get all the results and everything, find it, plot it, have a discussion with the professors for the interpretations, inference, discussions and everything. When you grow, when you get a good position in some top institute, then obviously you will have all these facilities and you can publish easily in a unpaid journals. But if you are still paying 70,000, 1 lakh and publishing and you are surviving for years and years, with this publication you submit to some institute, they know all these articles, how much you paid and you're coming in. Some rankings, some process, they will not accept the paid journals. You will pay and you will publish. Finally, you will publish like for 70,000, you publish 10 journals. But all these 10 is not considered. No use of having such articles in your profile. So this internship certificate try to get from these officials will share those informations. So they will mostly in 1 2 weeks they will be sharing it. So I'm just a resource person. You can because normally they used to share uh, some participants whom I know, like because every batch, even this batch, so 5 6 members were closely associated, and some scholars also. Their faculty come scholars. They share, and other than this, they have any topics. They are having a discussions. So from them only, I used to know that okay, they have received the certificates. Other than that, I don't know those details. So when I'm sharing the file, I will share these informations. This is the Indian institution with various research areas. So as you see here, you will find all the research centers in India for various sciences like agriculture, biology, chemical, physical, earth science, engineering science. Right. So their details and other informations. Mostly all your disciplines will get it done here. I have attached this in uh, the drive link. You just explore this. For example, this 126 is Directorate of Cashew Research in Puttur, Karnataka. If you are a researcher in this area, and then Central Sheep and Wool Research Institute in Rajasthan. For everything, they have a research institute. We have a good facilities in some institute even. Even I think this MSME PPDC, they have a good foundry lab or some labs in Agra. They have a good research facility. So every institute will have certain facilities, but we have to explore it, right? One important information here, just sharing this. So related to this Viva presentations, mostly this will help for PhD students and some contents will be helpful for other researchers also. Check before the Viva presentations, check all the questions asked by the examiners, Indian examiners and foreign examiners are addressed correctly or not. Incorporate all the corrections in your revised thesis. Prepare question asked by the experts in the earlier doctoral meeting also. You have 3 or 4 meetings, try to correct. Read your thesis at least once before your examination, Viva examination. And check how many objectives you have. All the objectives were clearly concluded. Try to have a mock Viva with you. I had my mock Viva with my friends. Sorry. Then guess the questions can be asked. Then in your institute, like for conducting this meeting, if you require some nodules, hall arrangements, examination, examiner arrangements, their travel, hospitality, their attendance list, all those basic information, everything should be get it ready done. Slide presentations, remunerations, forms, minutes forms, cover letters, certificates, claim forms, everything. After the Viva, acknowledge everyone who has helped for your research work. Try to have, I think, 5, 6 hard copy submissions based on your institute regulations, the formats. Get your provisional certificate from the institute after 4, 5 days. Experience whatever, like if you're a teaching assistant during your PhD program or a junior, senior research fellow, get the experience certificate properly and get signature from examiners, whatever in the documents after the Viva examination. Then submit all the documents to your research offices and all. Okay. Now, during the Viva meeting is very important. Be bold and confident. See, the professor who is coming and listening to your talk for 45 minutes about your entire content or 1 hour for your entire content, he knows about your research work well, or you did your research for 3 years or 5 years or 7 years, you know very well that professor. It is your research work. It is your objective. That objective you have solved. You have solved it. For solving that objective, you will have a methodology. That process should be clearly mentioned in your presentations. Clearly mentioned in your presentations. Obviously, there will be limitations. There will be drawbacks. There will be some the results may not be good, whatever it may be. But you clearly mention those details. Clearly mention those details. Doesn't mean that if you tell always the positive results and get claps. Nothing wrong in that. Research is not only getting positive things and positive. There are researchers, they did done lot of trials and finally they have succeeded. Sometimes in query, they're shooting any query. If you're not able to understand or not able to answer it immediately, you need some time to think, take a sip of water if necessary. Eye contact is very important with the audience. Don't be too slow and don't be too fast. Wherever pause is required, keep a pause. All your presentation should have a clear clarity and try to have a notebook with you and try to take any notes, any suggestions if you think that is worth listening from the experts as well as participants in the final meeting, take it down. Some of the do's in online Viva. Nowadays, online Viva is not for students. Online Viva, mostly the external examiners or Indian examiners are attending. Okay, so they will take this is for online thing. Okay, then examiners mostly what are the queries they will be asking is what is your contributions? What motivated you do this research work? Why you choose this methodology? Because there are so many other study. Why you choose this? What are the problems you face during your research work? How many publication which are articles related to your topics? How to check your findings? How you connected with the industry? How you are connected? Whatever research work you do, how you file any patent? Suggestions by you to your juniors, then future work. All these are all mostly common queries will be asked mostly by the examiners. Okay, so be prepared, but be strong and bold in communicating in your final presentations. If you did your research work, you can communicate it better. Communicate it better. Some examiners purposefully they will ask queries from whatever you have not done from your research work. Don't worry about this. Clearly convey that that is not objective of my study. But thanks for your suggestions. It's a good way to continue my future work in this area also. And you can suggest another future work which you are planning to do in future. And combination of this, it works. It will hopefully I think it will work better. Try to appreciate their suggestions and please go ahead. Okay, such a way you need to communicate it. So any other queries which we discussed related to the today's topic? Hmm. So we discussed related to this IPR part, uh, career in research, then YO was the examinations. Then in between I had a shared related to this investing and the researchers medical insurance as well as the researchers other profile like CV and research gate, academia, all these profile matters a lot. Any queries? Okay, I think no more queries will wrap up. Uh, future session, I think the month same similar same topic only. I think they have planned in the month of Jan uh, Jan 28th, I guess. If you are any faculty, you have a scholars recently joined under you for your PhD under you, you can suggest them to uh, join such sessions. So thank you all for your time.